What's up, Hills? Heads up, Jaime. Hoping for a heavy back squat today. We'll see though. And kind of the minimum is 227. And then ideally something above that. Ooh, chicken thighs. Those are OP. My calves are too big, unfortunately. I need to have a calf reduction surgery. All my long training pants are in the wash right now. So I still have a lot of training pants still, but with the short ones, I have to fight with my calf and leg hair. And my calves are massive. It's actually obnoxious. I don't think I have too much calves for that. I'd look like Jimmy Neutron. I think I'll just put them on my hamstrings so I don't have to squat as deep. No, I am not the fighter. I have never done any version of a combat sport. I don't really know how. I don't know. That's like, I don't feel like nothing like hurts or anything crazy like that, but I feel like my energy's pretty decent. Average soreness. I never really. I don't think I'll ever be 100% fresh. It means I probably won't lift well because I won't be prepared, but I think it was a good sign that kind of like driving home and thinking about this session, I was like, I kind of want to redo the no foot snatches. I want to do more power cleans. So like the idea that, or at least like the desire to do those, I think is indicating that some part of me is like ready to go, hit some weights today. So I'm preventing myself from doing that because I want to squat heavy today, the heaviest of the block, and then we dial back the intensity of the top sets. And today, set 227 as like a top single at the minimum. Ideally, we do that and it feels good, and we go up from there, and then volume after that. So 3 sets of 10 at something. As I build to the competition, it won't be like multiple days of 3 sets of 10, but it'll be like 1 of 10, 8, and building back down, regressing the volume and the intensity a little bit, but then as essentially like a natural deload as all that kind of goes down. So theoretically, it sounds like a good idea. I don't think it's really hard to squat prior to a competition as long as you're just not failing a bunch of squats and maxing out every time and grinding out a bunch of difficult reps. You still have to squat heavy, but you have to squat positionally correctly. Do the good morning squat. lift like upper quad still feels weird. It's odd. I don't feel any lifts besides squats a little bit, but it's not painful. It's like it's sore a little bit. Right knee a little bit, but nothing that warming up's not gonna make feel okay. It's hard to say if I feel like strong or not. Yeah. For me, it's like I know the form that I'm trying to do. It's just like the time. For me, back squats are easier in a lot of sense. Front squats, I definitely have to maintain position in the line work to do the lift. But back squats, like for me, it's just trusting that bounce and knowing that if I hold a position, even if I fail, that's kind of the mindset I have with them. Is like as long as I'm trying to maintain an upright torso as much as I can and straight up and down position, even if I fail and it stops, I can dump it. If I'm compromising my positions, I'm putting my back more at risk, and it's just not as useful as a squat in general. Um, and it's not obviously consistent over the midpoint. I'll always just like a heavy deadlift, you kind of round a little bit. Like I'm always gonna not be perfectly up and have to go forward a little bit more than what I would like to do. But as long as I'm pushing against that and fighting against it, that's always the goal. As much quads as I can. It was like I saw a post by Alex Lee talking about using your glutes and stuff on squats. And like, that's not my problem. I'm all glutes. I'm all glutes and back. The posterior chain for me does 99% of the lifting. I get 1% of my quads in, then I'm happy. But it's funny with like, people are built different and they say like, you gotta squat a certain, or you gotta get this or that, and like, you just gotta squat correctly, and that's different for every body type. And for someone like me, like my back is extremely strong relative to my legs, my quads particularly. So trying to make sure that I use my quads, like if I'm thinking about pushing my hips back or anything, like it's just gonna be a good morning. Like my back's gonna get super, super excited that it can lift as much weight as it can. And if I was a power lifter, it probably would be better for me to be more pitched over and push back into my glutes because my back is built for it. But I'm trying to be a good weightlifter, not a good squatter. Or a low bar squatter, I should say. I'd like to be a good squatter in general. But it's like the Trocades talked about that. It's just like push your hips back in a squat. And like, my guy, if I did that, I'd push my hips into the back of the shed. I'd look like I'd be in a rap video. I don't even necessarily think about like hyper shoving my knees forward, but it's just trying to stay over the midpoint as strongly as I can. Which for me means fighting my knees forward versus shoving them back. I actually don't understand like anyone that would think like putting their hips back in a squat. Like, just for me, not to flex, but I naturally have bad squat form, so my glutes are ready to go. All right. All right. I get to 227, eventually it'll be stop there, go up to 242 for a PR, or do something between that. I don't really have a, obviously, like, ideally I'd go for a PR, but, like, at the end of the day, it's not really, like, if I stop at 227, it's fine. I would really say for, like, I probably need to make sure that, like, I can move 220 pretty quick. Anything more than that's just a bonus. Obviously, the more leg strength, the better, but heavier squats aren't necessarily going to help me. I'm slow anyway. I like to move a little faster. All right. So we're going to do this 120 and then go up to 175. Yeah. Third rep. Thank you. It's high praise. It's also not a garage, it's a shed. Although I could probably, if I expanded the doors, I could fit a car in here. It's wide enough. Just the doors aren't. It's high praise. It's kind of a weird thing to talk about. It's like you're just trying to upset people. Especially because I'm just squatting. Hey, you think look so bad. Also, here, political talk. It's cute. It's a totes fresh. What's up, Reed? We're trying to squat heavy. We're trying to get large and wide. So we're at 175. So we'll see what happens. But minimum is 227. Then we decide whether I go up from there, quit, do something between a PR or not, or try a PR. So who knows? Only down with them. Probably always the hardest jump from a casual 120 to an actual weight. Oh no. Try and read. It's 205, and then we jump to 227. And we hope the body says mas. The weather is fantastic today. All right, 205. Pretty good. So depth, I hit depth, guys. I didn't feel the ground. I didn't feel my butt cheeks on the ground. Thanks, Dorian. My butt cheeks on the ground. I didn't feel it. I need to let my butt hairs grow out more. Really hit that full depth. Trying to hurt myself, not putting the correct math on both sides. This will be 500 on the dot. We're gonna risk it for some copyright music. It's a band Acres. Pretty dope. Might heard in the background some of my bigger lifts recently. Built to bleed. Built to bleed. Let's go. Like screamo a little bit. A little bit metal. Yeah, yeah. Woo! kind of cooked that one. Now, I slowed down a little bit, but I mean, that's 500, that's a lot. That's a lot of freedom units. $242. Knock loose. I know what song. Who goes hard too? But I haven't listened to Knock Loose enough. I only like the more recent one. See if I can get it to load on my Blinding Faith. That's a good heavy one. Oh. The best part is the pig squeal. It's a good one too. Yeah. This is a good consistent mashup. Big rip. Let's
I wander around where you can see. Inside my shell I wait and bleed. Out the air as I've been made. Kneel down and lay us down on the list. I wander around where you can see. Inside my shell I wait and bleed. I
One 243 would have stapled me. Ah. Oh, that was the hardest squat in my life. I don't think I've ever gotten to so high in a squat, and I actually died. 242. Sorry, neighbors. If you hear sirens, it's actually for me. I think someone died out in their shed. Started blasting Slipknot screaming. That was dope, though. Oh, look at that. I felt the confidence taken out of the rack. That's like always the biggest thing. It feels really whippy too. I mean, really anything above 200 feels whippy, but like that's a different level of whip. It doesn't look like I grinded that hard, but like I was dying. And it's subtle from the angle. Oh, Late Mark's gonna get me messed up. It gonna get me messed up. I mean, I'm sure this live stream's gonna have copyright all over the place, but we don't need to double down. I know Linkin Park they'll ban in Russia and Belarus, and that's 1% of my audience. That's always the biggest troll. They're like, it's only blocked in 2 countries we politically don't agree with. You know, your squad video. But when I stopped there, I was able to wig it through. And how I know, like, that's, you know, truly, like, literally no more weight is my upper back rounded a little bit to help finish at the end, which is obviously not, you know, ideal. But I mean, my back I wasn't folded over as horribly as in theory. I mean, if I was, I just wouldn't have made it. But I was able to maintain that position, and because I was able to fight it, I was able to, you know, continue to grind through it. But oh, that's big. It's actually pretty cool. I didn't think waking up today. I was like, there's, you know, if all the stars align, maybe. But I was like 227 to set that up so you can do it. And if you don't do anything more, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. I think having that mindset helped a lot. Just hitting 227 and it feeling how it did was like, oh yeah, I definitely have more. And I was, you know, obviously, like, you're contemplating that. Obviously, I want to try 242. That's a 2 kilo PR. 241 would have also worked, but I mean, I don't think it would have looked any different. But, you know, setting yourself up for success. So you have that heavy single that's what you need for the particular day. And then, like, if the next jump works or not, it's fine. Especially for, like, a competition type prep. This is the most I'll squat, back squat wise, before the competition. Just because, like, as obviously it slows down, it's not as useful. But, like, now it's like that was peak strength for the, like, you know, top weight I can do, and now it's to try to make 220, 225 move, basically how it, you know, 227 moved today. So just make that, like, I work up to that, smoke that weight. It's a little bit hard, but, like, you know, move it well like I did today, and then drop sets. So now I'm going to do 3 sets of 10, and then honestly probably should do them pretty light, but we'll see. That's really cool though. Oh. $3? No, I'm not doing $3 for 30 push-ups. That's ridiculous. I just squatted 242 kilos, and you want to give me $3 for push-ups? I don't want your money. You can say $30 for 30 push-ups, and I still wouldn't do it. There's no point. I don't dance for people for free. For $3. Oh, that was cool. I'm going to do the drop sets at 120, which is light, but I want to do them connected reps, if it's possible. I know, Tyler. I know I'm not doing 30 push-ups for $3 or 30. It's kind of goofy. I squatted. How much is 242 in pounds? It's a lot. It's too much. All right, 242. No, wait. 242 times 2.201. 532 and a half, so 533. That's a lot. I know it's a lot because that's a heavy deadlift for me. I'm slowly. Who is Omni Man? I don't know who that is. That a? Actually, I don't. Actually, I don't think I know who that is. Is that a YouTuber? Where is it? Is it? I don't know. I feel like I've seen that somewhere. I assume he's a YouTuber then. Clearly don't watch him if he is a YouTuber. I do not want to do sets of 10, buddy. Only way to get stronger. Do more weights. I do not want to do. I'm not gonna lie. Although I'm glad these are at 120, so they should feel fine. Kind of body loader reps. Cheating my brains out. It's alright. But I don't know who Omni Man is. Okay, Dad. I don't know how my dad found my live stream, but cooked. Jim the Jim the duh. Jim the It's Jim the Can't be any clearer than that. Jim the Alright. Alright. Oh, huh. I'm gonna do pools tomorrow. What time is it? No, I did the squats pretty fast, so I'll just do them today. Pools won't be bad. Just trying to give myself a treat so I don't have to do them. If I can get squats done, but squats aren't too bad. Cardio wise they are, but I'm not really being strict about the range of motion. Just kind of doing, I guess, tension reps. Weightlifter conditioning. Oh. Getting cooked though. It's pretty warm out, but oh, that's I'm also excited to go and post it. That's a PR, lifetime PR squat. I would have even been happy about the 227. Actually winded. Alright, one more set. You got a little nice pump though on quads. it's cooked. Cooked me good. I should just stay up and get the pools done. I'm cooked. I'm actually cooked. I'm asleep. That was a weird feeling. Pull up a little bit. No. Thought maybe it was like flipped over. What's up, Tony? I said a squat PR. I'm just pulling. Hit 242. Took my soul. Like a 242 is 330 or 533. Yeah, I like the methodology behind Sega Strength stuff. I think they probably get most things right. Do volume and get stronger. I'm cooked though. I dropped down and did a 3x10 after at 120, and now I'm doing some snatch, deadlift, or pull or whatever. My back is pumped right now. Ugh. I think I will compromise with myself. I was going to do a top set of snatch pull, deadlift, and then drop sets at 3x3 at 130. But I'm going to do the 3x3 tomorrow. So I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to do snatch and clean jerk. I actually don't know how well it'll go. I might be... Oh, it's weird. Sometimes like I'll do a lift like this and I will lift fine the next day. But Thursday might not go great for front squats, which is fine. This is already a massive weight, but yeah, tomorrow it most likely won't be the greatest snatch and clean jerks, or they won't feel as good. And then get the 3x3 pulls, and Thursday will be a weird day to lift because I'm going to be sitting in on interviews, so I'll get back late. So I probably won't really feel like doing much when I get home. Especially I kind of have the excuse now that I hit a big squat already. But 242 is a heavy self squat till after, well, for a while. I'm not going to try anything more before the meet. So it's gonna be 170. Just gotta throw the little white plates on. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Leaving myself more for what? Just doing pulls. Pull back. He's pumped out of his mind. Alright. So hopefully this moves alright. Might feel really heavy. That's alright. Oh, that's all I'm doing today. Yikes. Didn't feel bad. Whew. Definitely don't need any more than that. There's nothing about belief. I just hit a lifetime PR on back squats, so there's a neurological consequence for doing that. It's not even like a belief thing. That's like, oh, I had the flu for a week. Like, it's no matter of belief. It's biological processes that will determine whether I can or not. But from an exercise science standpoint, like, it's not likely. That was 200 kilos, so 440 pounds. I don't know why you're talking about that, Christmas. I'm lifting weights. Yeah, I like them. For me, it's like I kind of almost do I like the opposite. Like I work up on a heavy single and then the drop sets because then they feel a lot lighter. Similar to like squats, like work up, even like today is an extreme example, but work up to a single and then drop down to do volume. It doesn't always, for squats, it doesn't always feel easier. For pulls, I feel like it does make the lighter pulls feel easier. But it could be like, um, yeah. But for like pulls, for me, it's easy to like max it out, and then that's obviously not useful. But like if you're gonna do snatch pulls at 120 kilos, like going up to like 160, 170 for a heavy single is probably not going to be the worst thing in the world. Maybe let, but like going up to something heavy and then dropping back down to that whatever your working set is. As long as it's relatively similar positioning, I think that's kind of like where you kind of cut off a heavy single if it's really important on a particular day. Um, to where my hips are shooting up or I'm really grinding or whatever. But I'm cooked though. I need to go in and relax. I'm glad I did all my yard work yesterday, so I have that taken care of. I did everything, which is nice. No, I've never done small off. I've tried the Russian squat program back in the day, but that just hurt. I ain't really getting any stronger. It's just too much volume. I don't think it's good for even if you're on drugs. But no, I've never done small off. I don't know what that. I don't even really know what a program looks like. I've never even looked at it. I'm sure it's fine, but like I ran the Brandon Campbell program, and then I think I just kind of did my own. I don't know. I tried the Russian squat program. That wasn't really like running the whole thing. I didn't even really get hurt. I just got so fatigued that it was just hurting to do. As far as powerlifting stuff, I don't know what program besides Brandon's PRS program I did once that I ever did. I never did Wendler or any of that stuff. Yeah, Basement Brandon. He had a program back in the day called. I think it's free. I don't know if it's still online somewhere, but it was called the Brandon Campbell PRS, like PR's program. Everything went up besides my bench on that program. So then I kind of just went hog wild after that and benched 4 or 5 times a week. But that was like when I was first starting, so I can kind of do whatever. Yeah, that would have been like 2017. And it was, I mean, I don't remember it being anything like radical. It was a pretty like straightforward thing. But yeah, like I'm sure small enough is fine. That's it. Like I've heard of it before, but I've never tried to run it or even look into it. As a weirdo, I like to program for myself even back in the day. I mean, it's basically after I ran that program, that Brandon Campbell program, and I didn't progress my bench press. I kind of just started immediately, just like doing my own thing, and it was just volume, so much volume and ANRAPs. It was too much volume, but I mean, I could kind of handle it back then. I bet he still probably has it somewhere online. probably the one of the few that I had like a lot of success with. It was kind of when I was starting weightlifting, so kind of everything would work. But like Catalyst Athletic, I think it was like a 5 week cycle, and I was doing it with my friend, and we would just do it over and over. And it's very simple. I remember that it started out like the first week was like 5 by 3 front squats and push presses, or back squats and push. It was something with like back squats and push presses, squats and push presses. And I remember that being really good for me at the time, um, and I had a lot of success with that. But I was weak um, as far as weightlifting goes. So I mean, everything would have worked, but that was like first weightlifting structure, and then you kind of just realize eventually, when you run enough, start looking around at different things. Like I've tried different programs and stuff, and you kind of just realize the general structure. Like you kind of just have to do volume, and um, you're paying for a name a lot of the times, and a lot of the free programs are going to be exactly the same. But hey, Eddie, or at least like structurally, they should be the same if they work. There's not really a secret program that works really well. Um, there's just you have to pay attention to the volume, try to increase what you do. I always see the spam comments that have the things, the generic person that says hi, and then there's a camera there. So that's always bizarre. But it's always just, I think it's just spam, or someone can, maybe it's like on an app that people can click to like send like an auto message. But I see it so much that um, it must not be something that YouTube cares about or is built in. But I don't know. I don't know who you're talking to, Eddie, but it certainly is not me. But I am absolutely cooked. I hear a fly in here. It's warm out when you hear the bug zapper start to work. Oh, YouTube has that as a thing, so like people can just like leave spam comments. It's weird. Huh? I've never tried to do that. No, I don't have a Russian poster. It's an Arkansas flag. Yeah, it's actually a Russian flag from the state of Arkansas in a Mount Union. There's not a lot of that. That's honestly pretty dumb. That's not even like there's not even blue over there besides the American flag. But yeah, it's Arkansas, Mount Union, and Akron University, and then the good U.S. of A. But yeah, it's hilarious. But I need to go and eat and relax, get that video up, and enjoy my day. Big PR. Deuces.